的报复反恐战争，还是 genocide 种族灭绝？种族灭绝的定义是什么？一群教授们齐集发声，对他们来说，以色列在加沙实施的是一场全球直播的种族灭绝，因为它蓄意摧毁全部或部分这个群体，就是加沙的这个地方巴勒斯坦人，它是种族灭绝法律定义的核心。那以色列政府军事高层公开让所有加沙巴勒斯坦人付出了代价。犹太教授，他本身是犹太籍的教授，是 Amos Goldberg。他说，这是一场对巴勒斯坦人，而不是对哈马斯的战争。是的，它是一场种族灭绝。我们看一下他们的说法。
Clearly, this is not unintended.
It's not fine. It's absolutely not fine.
Systematic.
证明一场种族灭绝是种族灭绝，听起来是如此荒谬。但正是在这个荒谬的世道，这些教授决定挺身而出，有理有据地戳破纳坦雅胡政府的诡辩。
The only inevitable conclusion
is a very, very cruel and heinous genocide.
Probably a genocide.
Genocide.
Genocide. Genocide. Genocide.
Genocide textbook case of genocide.
Israel was committing genocide in Gaza.
Legally, I think there is what is needed is an intent to destroy in whole or in part the group as such. That's the core of the legal definition.
And in most cases of violence that is deemed genocidal, we often don't have those explicit statements by political and military leaders declaring that they're going to be going after civilians, that they're not going to be distinguishing between combatants and non-combatants, that they're holding all members of a particular population somehow responsible and therefore targeted for this kind of violence. But we see that in this particular case.
The war is not on Hamas, and it was never on Hamas. It was on the Palestinians in Gaza, and now we see it clear in our face. When the policy is not to expel Hamas, but to expel all Gazans, according to the Trump Riviera plan, to expel all Gazans out of Gaza. If this is the official Israeli policy, then it's a war on the Palestinians, it's not a war on Hamas.
First live-streamed genocide. That is the first unfolding case of genocide now over 19 months that is so well documented while it unfolds. It's documented by the victims, the Palestinians who are facing the genocide. It's documented by aid workers, by doctors, journalists on the ground that, of course, Israel has also killed very systematically. But it's also documented in real time by the perpetrators, by the Israeli soldiers and officers on the ground who have documented their own crimes, reported their own crimes and their narratives about their own crimes, and uploaded them proudly, right, to the internet. And we have thousands of these videos. Now, why are they important? Because these videos offers us an opportunity in many cases to show how soldiers and officers on the ground are actually understanding the genocidal intent on the leadership level. And it's very important on genocide, in the case of the crime of genocide in international law, to show that there is intent on the leadership level, but it's also understood as it is intended on the ground, and it shapes actually the dynamics of the violence on the ground.
在这些影片中记录下了无数种族灭绝行为。
We are looking at the destruction of essential infrastructure like electricity and water plants. We are looking at the restriction on humanitarian aid, which in this case covers food, water, and healthcare, things like medicines. Because if you are denying people water, shelter, healthcare, and food, the outcome is inevitable. And we've seen that in past genocides. This kind of conduct is actually essential to the genocide process, in particular the denial of food and water.
按联合国防止及惩治灭绝种族罪公约，这些行为已构成蓄意全部或局部消灭某一种族。
To fulfill our responsibility as human beings, to ensure that we are on the right side of the history, we should do the right thing. We did not stop the Holocaust. We did not stop the genocide in Rwanda. We did not stop the genocide in Srebrenica. We must stop the genocide in Gaza. There are no excuses anymore. None.